T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
Yeah, the boys are back in town. Is that your recreation of the end of the countdown?
Yes, it is. I tried to do it the whole time, but I ran out of breath before it got to the end of the Matt's introduction.
He's down. What was he doing? He's recreating the boom.
Yeah, the piper down.
Pipe it down.
Yeah, you know what that sound reminds me of?
Howard Stern.
I want to hear this.
Howard Stern, yes. How'd you
Private
know?
Parts?
Have I said that before?
No, I just think it reminds me of the same thing.
So if you have not seen Howard Stern, Private Parts, let's just say there is a scene where there's a low-pitched noise that is made, which causes a low-pitched noise to come out of a floor speaker that someone may or may not have been sitting on. I'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
You
May
have to
or
watch
may
the
not.
movie to get the context.
Yes.
Welcome to episode 126 of the Play by Ear
Welcome.
podcast event.
Bienvenidos.
Hey, John.
In Savannah.
Savannah.
We didn't play in that Savannah.
Others in the room, if you'd like to check in, please do so. If not, Terry about in the shadows, if you like. That's fine. too.
Terry Cloth.
All right. Episode 126 of the Play by Ear podcast. Once again, if you've not been here before, we all have a topic we bring to the table. One of our topics I know is a continuation of the previous episode that Todd will have for us to begin with. And we are in the order on the screen, which we will bring our topics to the table. And we will exhaust said topics, lay waste to those topics, and move on.
Lay waste to you.
Lay waste.
Before we start, like you three and our listeners, man, is the time change really messing you guys up?
Always does.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I'm not even talking about the morning. I'm a morning person, and it's even difficult for me. But I'm telling you, from 2:30 to 7:30 seems like a blink of an eye. I think it's because the sun's out, and it's just like I'm in this weird time warp where, meanwhile, 4 hours later, it's messing with me.
Yeah, it's been the same. Of course, we had the unexpected snow day yesterday.
You did?
Out of nowheres. Yeah. And it got a little nasty here in Hillsboro yesterday overnight, I guess, Monday night, into Tuesday. And then it kind of looked like it was going to let up for school to start. And it kept going right through early morning, into mid morning. And then it died down.
Wow. I knew Wilmington was closed. I didn't realize Hillsboro was closed.
We just had useless snow.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That covers the roads and the sidewalks after you get there. No more useless snow than that.
I do have
a marriage.
I did make good use of my snow day yesterday. I had to go pick up some a couple bass guitars that I was having someone set up for me and get them ready for the year. And I stopped at a place I had seen a couple other people advertising on Facebook, eating there, and Say and I stopped in at a place called Lori's American Grill on Route 28 in Goshen. Fantastic.
What's the cuisine specialty?
It is. They have a lot of specialty burgers.
Mhm.
You know, one of those places that has about I don't know, maybe 10 to 12 specialty burgers. Then they have half a dozen, 6 to 8 like chicken sandwich. Again, different varieties, different makeups.
Right.
What else did I see on there? Fist. They had a fist sandwich.
Taste.
Does it need a gaff hook?
I didn't get the fist. I got a burger. It had, you guys won't like this, but it had pimento cheese on it. And they have burgers of all types. They even have them for you two. They even have burgers for Eric and Brady. But here was what I really loved. First off, we got some fried green tomatoes, and they were really good. But here's what I really wanted to try.
All right, Jessica Tandy. You enjoy those?
Is that a Cocoon or an On Golden Pond joke?
It's a fried green tomato.
I know.
Or Kathy
Was it Jessica Tandy also in On Golden Pond or
No.
Cocoon?
No,
One?
I don't think
Yeah.
she was in Driving Over Miss Daisy, but
Yeah, Jessica's Tandies were in Driving Miss Daisy.
Well, who was in Cocoon? Wilford Brimley was in
Wilford Brimley.
Cocoon.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was.
It was pre-diabetes.
He and his diabetes.
Yes.
Do you want to
And
know what's
then,
crazy? I read that Wilford Brimley and Cocoon is only like 6 years older than we are right now.
wow. That's crazy.
Whoever said that's full of crab.
No, but anyway, so here's what I really wanted to try because I saw these on the menu. Because these days it's funny because I know what I'm going to order before I even get to a restaurant now. But I mean, do you guys do that? Do you look at the menu and already plan
yeah.
your?
Yeah.
They have crab rangoon mozzarella sticks, and they were absolutely awesome.
I could think a few ways to ruin a nearly perfect item is to put mollusk meat in my mozzarella.
Now, hang on a minute. Now, I'm not going to let you two and your pickiness.
Crustacean
I'm not going to
crumb.
let you two and your pickiness destroy my plug for Lori's American Grill.
Oh,
Everybody
Lori's
else in there
American
with,
Grill, have at it.
normal taste buds, it is fantastic, and you should go. And they had some really good looking big old hunks of cheesecake as well. I didn't get any cheesecake, but anyway, they have milkshakes. Had some milkshakes and some.
For a hunk of cheese.
I can't think of what else they had that I was surprised about. But anyway, try it on Goshen 28. Don't take Eric and Brady with you.
No, I'll order my specialty burger that I know you guys will poo-poo. I like the bonsai burger that's teriyaki, a sharp cheddar, and a slice of pineapple.
Bonsai?
Shove that pineapple where the sun doesn't shine.
No pineapple on burgers. What the crap is that?
It's on a
Pineapple doesn't belong
burger.
it doesn't belong with anything, but just a plate of other various fruits. Fruits.
Eric and I had a dining experience on Saturday.
We did.
He picked me up from getting the dropping off the camper to servicing, and so I forget we were
a
gonna
euphemism.
Yeah, I gotta get the camper service. Was
it a pop-up?
It wasn't at first.
Well, I got a pull-along joke too, if you like that one.
I was getting ready to. Don't want to be a fifth wheel.
Yeah, we're teetering on that TV 14 rating right here. I better watch it.
But no, we had a change of plans, and I'd never heard of it, but Eric said that Facebook and the interwebs, the Dinner Bell in Mayslick, Kentucky. And literally, when you pull up to the place, you're going to be disturbed because it's built into a gas station.
Yep.
And it was a good Southern cooking, like soul food kind of place. And it had
your ribs.
Oh, yeah. Hot brown and plenty of it. And I got the fried chicken and the best macaroni and cheese I've had in ages. It was so good. You know it's a good restaurant when you carry the scent home with you.
Oh, yeah. Back in the day, every restaurant, you know what I mean? All the mom and pop I mean, of course, I grew up with my grandma and grandpa owning a
The
restaurant, so
J&R.
I smelt of restaurant a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to try that
Becky
place.
did
It's
not
called,
appreciate the aroma.
it's called the Dinner Bell.
The dinner
Yes.
bell. Yes.
Okay.
And
Now, unlike you, I'm not going to poo-poo on the Dinner Bell. I'm going to go try it out.
I didn't poo on Lori's. I just
they have-
pooed on Pabeno.
Do they have Miatlawaf?
I bet they do on days.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only thing
Sounds
I
like a-
needed clarification on, they had something called cowboy beans, and I'm not sure what. I'm sure it's a fancy barbecue baked bean.
I've had cowboy beans, but I don't know. I think it's one of those things like where one person's version of cowboy beans can be different than another person's version of it. The cowboy beans I had were not like baked beans. Seems like they might have had some beef in them, some like
Bacon.
maybe some ground beef or something, and some I don't know, but they weren't baked beans when I had them. But I bet they have baked
hybrid
beans.
chili.
Do they have hot shots there?
Hat Shack. Kentucky Brown.
Yeah, hot brown. No, they have like specials that rotate, but then they have your comfort classics.
Yeah.
So,
A hot shot
but-
should be a comfort classic in
Yeah.
every menu, but it's got to be for those of you out there that own eateries.
here we go.
It's got to be the roast beast has to be like chopped up, like you know what I mean. Like I don't want no lunch meat style roast beef on my.
yeah,
You
no.
don't want to. You don't want to slice a roast beef.
It's got to be a
Right.
fork tender.
Yeah, it's got to be chunks.
diced
Diced.
roast beast.
Yeah, not don't just take the lunch meat style and shred it, thinking you're going to fool us. It's got to be weighty. It's got to be hefty. I want to see the tongs of my fork giving in a little bit when I pick it up.
Oh shoot. Oh, I totally forgot what I was going to say about the roast beast. Dang it. It left me, but it was right there. Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
like it has to be Cracker Barrel on their menu would say when their pot roast, their roast beast, their pot roast, and it said with the beef squeezins. Now, I know what they mean. And then
I think a Cracker Barrel down south sells corn squeezins now too, don't they?
I think they do. They do sell corn squeezins and grape squeezins.
That sounds like an entertainment act that would have performed at the 4th of July, the end of the 4th of July festival in Sardinia.
And here
Bob-
comes the beef squeezins.
Bob Blanchard and the Beef Squeezins.
Playing the hits of Conway Twitty.
What do you guys? This is something I can't believe we've never talked about. We all like a hot shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite part of the hot shot? What if there was one thing that had to be removed? Let me ask this way: is there something in the hot shot that you could not take it being gone from the hot shot?
I don't know. I will qualify. I don't know if this causes my shot to not be hot.
It's just a shot.
I don't want no gravies on my hot shot.
Oh. See, I don't even like gravies too well, but my hot shot has to have some brown gravies on
It's
it.
got to be, yes. It's got to be smothered. You don't even know what's under there. You're just stabbing and hoping for the best.
It could be the possum fillet for all you know. And if it's drizzled in that brown gravy.
My can't do without on a hot shot would be bread. If I were to order a hot shot and they were to say we have everything here but the bread, then no, thank you.
Well, it ceases to become a hot shot, then it becomes a hot turkey dinner.
But, well, not turkey.
Yeah.
Well, you can get turkey hot shots too.
Or
Yeah,
roast
Miatlawaf.
beef, you know what
I've
I
had
mean. Yeah.
Miatlawaf hot shots.
I've never had a Miatlawaf hot
How-
shot.
How do you have a hot shot without bribs?
And I don't think. Now,
The same way you have it without gravy. What do you mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah. I mean, I'm not denying that my shot may not be hot without the gravy, but
But what part of the bread, what part of hot shot though is the bread? Is it the hot or the shot?
I don't know.
I think it's the space in between hot and shot.
Although mashed potatoes, no mashed potatoes would be a deal breaker too.
Yeah. Now, I've had the best hot shot I ever had, and I don't even recall where it was at. It was someplace in the South at a restaurant. But they had it was like a toasted Texas toast instead of just like a slice of Wonder Bread thrown underneath
I've
that.
had
You know,
that.
this was a big old thick slab, and it was excellent.
Yeah. Now was it toasted or still bread?
It was a little bit toasted, which even made it better.
Yeah.
Because it gave a little bit of
That's good with some like pot roast or something on it. Not even a hot,
Ooh.
just like some carrots, potatoes, and roast, or even some vegetable soup or beef stew or something.
stew.
All right.
Maxwell, yes, the juice box has returned.
Yes.
And that's our boy saying Brebs.
Brebs, yeah. So we are 15 minutes in now. We've given our play-by-ear food recommendations of the week.
I think the conversation about hot shots though needed to happen.
It did need to happen. That's fine. It's all good. Todd,
are we ready? I didn't know if you were going to do the website.
Oh yeah, website. Yeah, visit our website. You might find a hot shot there.
All right, gentlemen. So I think I'll start this. This was a 1 point for everything you do not eat on this list.
Yes.
And there's 3 columns, and after the first column, Brady has 7 points, 7 foods in the column that he does not eat. Eric has 7 foods that he does not eat, and I have 2 foods that I do not eat. So far, it's gone exactly like predicted. As predicted.
Brady's going to pull away here.
I think so. Hey, this is a good week for this next one, guys. Number 1 on the second column list is cabbage. What a week to talk about cabbage.
Cabbage.
Why cabbage?
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Come on,
corned beef and cabbage.
Bangers and mash, my friend. Bangers and mash.
Yes.
Bangers and mash.
The guaranteed beef. but the cabbage I forgot about.
I've already had yabbage once this week already.
Okay. Cabbage. It's not something that I seek out. A lot of my Chinese dishes, my favorite Hunan garlic chicken comes with some cabbage in it. I have no opposition to the I don't love the smell of cooking cabbage.
Nah, nobody does.
It smells like somebody's been flatulent in my house. And but I can't put myself I cannot give myself a point for that because I eat it in my Chinese food.
Yeah.
And you can't eat most slaws without eating cabbage.
There you go. Yeah. I love cabbage. I like and I like sauerkraut. But that's not on the list. I looked ahead a little bit on this column, but I will say my mom growing up, every once in a while would fry cabbage and
really
get you a piece of Brebs and butter and put that make you a fried cabbage sandwich. And it is fantastic.
Really?
But it's gotta be fried. It's gotta be fried.
Like?
And I can't explain it, but I mean, it would get good and brown, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And good and toasted. But you can't be like big, thick pieces of cabbage. I like it thin.
See, that would go counterintuitive. I thought it would be a thick piece of cabbage to bread up and fry.
No, it ends up being like strands of cabbage.
Okay.
Like I said, kind of strandy, and she fries it up in a skillet. And then but the butter, probably not the healthiest meal because of the butter, but you had to have butter on the bread. And then you fold it, make a half a sandwich. You don't want to try a full 2 pieces of bread sandwich because about halfway through it, your fingers will be poking through the middle of the bread because it gets good and moist from yabbage use.
Yabbage use.
I'm going to make a statement here. I'm not sure the veracity of my statement, but this is what I assume. I don't think cabbage is quite in our diet now as it used to be. Because baby boomers being offspring of those who lived through the Depression, I believe cabbage was a staple of the diet during the Depression because it was a cheap meal, basically.
It was kind of like the ramen noodles of the Depression era.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Good to know. So none of us are getting a point for that, right? Eric, do you eat cabbage?
I eat cabbage, yes. I eat slaw. I eat some krauts.
Next up, we have zucchini.
Does it okay? Are we just talking? I know I'm not trying to go down and parse, but like I've had zucchini bread that's okay. Yeah. I do not like stir fried or sauteed zucchini. Don't love it. but a zucchini bread I've eaten, it just tastes like a pumpkin loaf. So I cannot claim a point for this one.
I'm the same way. Zucchini bread, yes. Now zucchini by itself, probably not. If zucchini is nested in something else, probably won't pick it out.
What about fried zucchini? You ever had fried zucchini?
No.
I like fried zucchini.
They had that. I tried somebody's. It was some fair or festival, and somebody I knew had gotten some deep fried zucchini, and
now that's a
ate a
different
chip of it.
thing. I mean, you put breading on a dog turd, and most people would eat it.
I think that was at the Highland County Fair.
So I have never had zucchini that was like that deep fried.
Yeah,
The fried zucchini I've had was more like a thin, almost like
sauteing.
almost like a
seared.
yeah. All right, so no points so far. Interesting. Next up, my favorite, one of my favorite vegetables, asparagus.
Oh,
I don't dislike asparagus, but asparagus gives me the gout.
seriously?
Seriously.
I'm not laughing at you for that. It's just, does anybody ever say gout without putting the in front of it? I don't even think that's an our thing, a we us thing. I think everybody, got the gout.
Yeah,
I mean, even the Adam Sandler in the Lunch Lady Land song. I wear these brown orthopedic shoes because I got a bad case of the gout.
Yeah, because like when somebody says the gout, it doesn't perk up your ears like if somebody says I couldn't go because I got the diarrhea. You know what I mean? So like the
It flows.
The big D.
The big D.
I love asparagus, except I am kind of picky about. I want my asparagus well done. What I don't like is when only half of the asparagus rod is edible.
Rad.
You know what I mean? Like you get down to the kneecap. You get down to the kneecap of the asparagus stick, and
the patella.
When it gets real tough and stringy, I don't like that. So I like it. So I like not too thick, not too thin sticks of asparagus. When the whole thing is, I like it soft. I don't like it crunchy. So I'm the same way about like my baked beans. Like a lot of these fancier restaurants, you'll go and get baked beans and they're crunchy.
Oh yeah, I don't want any terseness in my beans. It should be nice and soft and supple.
I want it to be. Honestly, I could gum it and it'd be fine. I don't even need my teeth to eat.
He's gumming a bean.
And my broccoli.
Yeah,
you
got to order your broccoli well done in a restaurant.
Yeah. Yes.
So nobody's getting points for asparagus.
Well,
no, Brady doesn't.
No. I did. I. It doesn't taste horrible, but it's one of those things that has a smell that I don't care for. According to my 23andMe genetic things, my taste buds, I am naturally averse to bitter tasting things and asparagus. So it's my genetics. But I keep on thinking of the Far Side comic strip, one of my favorite ones. It was Business Ideas That Failed was the caption. And it had a guy in an ice cream truck. And it was, I cuss, you cuss, we all cuss for asparagus. And it always cracked me up that like coming running for the asparagus man. But no, I will have to give myself a point to be fair.
Okay.
Well, it's the smell that keeps on giving too, because I mean you'll urinate that smell for a week.
That's the best thing about it. There's nothing better than eating asparagus somewhere than going to a urinal and everybody just looking around.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Hey, see that after you eat asparagus is when you urinate in each corner of your property because it's going to scare away predators for miles.
True.
Like you can mark it with asparagus peas.
Is there any other food that makes urine smell like that?
Okay, this is dangerous territory.
Brussels sprouts don't.
Gross. I have eaten roast beast. Where I have had roast beef pea.
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
It is very disturbing and disgusting. It is.
Todd, the look on your face as he was saying.
Gosh.
Because you think I'm pulling your chain. No, I
totally believe you.
It doesn't happen often. And I don't, but like, yeah. And it disturbing because it about made me physically sick. Because like, oh God, I just ate that and it smelled so good. Now it smells like pee.
Eric remembers the night, the terrible night of roast beast eating at was it Ryan's or whatever, Eric, when you were driving us all home?
Yes.
We all had the baby porpoise and We three of us. I don't know. Did you not have any, Eric, or did you just?
I did not.
Yeah, the three of us that had it all
Was
had
ill?
to make a pit stop. Yes. Luckily, my brother's place had three bathrooms because we stopped. Remember, Eric? We stopped in there in Batavia.
Well, did ever? Do you think you were food poisoned?
I don't know, and it very well could have been something different. I know that three of us had the roast beef, and it looked like a slab of otter up on the.
It was a questionable origin.
It was definitely aquatic. It was a seal or a baby manatee or
I was going with raccoon.
no. It was. They said it was a.
Aquatic.
Yeah. It was definitely something that has to make it to the rocks before the killer whale gets to it. I can tell you that.
Oh God!
It was. It was a puppy when it was younger. Is all I know.
No, a pup.
A pup, yeah, not a puppy.
Yeah. Oh,
Fix the joke,
God.
baby. That's what you have to, sometimes you.
You just gotta let it go.
Why it needs three of us? Thanks for fixing that.
Yeah, no problem.
So, no, Eric, you didn't get a point. Brady got a point. I didn't get a point. So next, we're moving on to a very odd one, I think, and that's tea. Who in the world doesn't like tea of any kind? I mean,
My
I can
friend
see
Brian hates tea.
really like no tea, like no sweet tea, no black tea, no green tea, no
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think it is.
hibiscus tea.
I love hibiscus tea. Anyway, can't find it hardly anymore. They used to have the bottled kind, and I guess COVID, the supply chain of hibiscus, got
Bottled tea is repellent. Continue.
except Milo's. Milo's, if you want to give us a sponsorship,
Milo's is good, and I don't drink a whole lot of tea. But now, Eric, do you say any bottled tea or like? Because I like the Kroger brand, just the gallon, plastic gallon.
it's pretty good.
I get the
don't
caffeine-free diet tea. It's pretty good.
I don't mean to
I
throw
can
a pure
tell
leaf.
if the tea is not freshly brewed.
Freshly squoon.
Freshly
Squeeze.
brewed.
Yes.
But no, I don't want to throw a pure leaf under the bus, but it tastes like it's been sweetened with a prune or a raisin. It's got a raisiny prune finish to it,
Yeah.
and I think it's got to do with the sweetener. But anyhow, no, back to my friend Brian, why I think he doesn't like tea. Bless her heart. I love his parents. But they would use Nest tea.
Now, hang on a minute. I'm going to stop you right now. I was getting ready to say, see, I was always the type where if I went to somebody's house that made sun tea, I gag a maggot. I like the instant tea. That's what we grew up drinking. That's all we drink growing up.
Yeah, well,
Big
it was
pitcher- Big
it was
pictures
fresh
of Nest
brewed in
tea.
my house.
Sun tea?
Not
Was it
sun
like sun-
tea.
Where you had to
Bag
like
tea.
bag
boiled.
tea? Nah.
Yeah.
I drink bag tea now, but like growing up, we always had the instant Nest tea. And what was some of the other brand? There was Nest tea. There was
Lipton.
Lipton's.
Lipton, yeah.
Was
but
Nescafé? Did Nescafé?
Nest
No,
coffee.
not-
They have some-
No, that's coffee.
But anyway, no, okay, here we go. I'm gonna open myself up to the abuse, but here we go. I think instant tea, the kind that came, with the granules, I think it tastes like cigarette ashes. It tastes had a slightly cigarette finish to it, and I didn't like it.
I don't know. I said I was the opposite. I didn't like going to people's house that had sun tea and that had. First off, if you have to set it out in the back deck all damn day to prepare to drink it, I wanted nothing to do with it.
Is it just the idea? Because it actually tastes pretty good. It tastes like
you
brewed
got
tea.
you got bee coitus going on it. Now you got all kinds of stuff happening. You got hummingbird droppings. You got all kinds of stuff.
Well, it's in a bucket. It does. Its lid's covered.
I thought you had to leave the lid open. Oh no, we didn't make it.
Dude,
We had a good deck
that
for it.
would leave it open to every creature that would crawl in there.
Yeah, but we always had it's weird because like I don't ever remember a day growing up where somebody wasn't making a pitcher of tea. I would like to know how many pitchers of tea we went through a day. And since I've been married 22 years, we have not made one pitcher of tea. Is that just a dying, like, is it well, I know why, because everything went to bottled and pre-made and things like that. I mean,
I make excellent tea. I do. I have a process, but I will tell you, when I was a bachelor, I made it all the time. But the dang kids will go through a whole pitcher in about 10 minutes, and it's kind of like a process to make more of it. So I kind of like gave up the fight.
Well, you got to have a separate jug of Kool-Aid for the kids, and then the tea is the adults.
Right.
It's in the secret layer of the fridge where nobody can touch.
So none of us get a point for tea. We all like
No.
tea.
Yes.
Love
yes.
teas.
All right. Next on the list, controversial. Celeries. Wet hair.
Water.
However, I do like a stalk with peanut butter on it or Philadelphia's cream cheese.
Ooh. No. Yeah. Peanut butter. I could eat celery with peanut butter. Now, celery is another one of those. It's not the taste that's offensive. It's the aftertaste. It's what hits afterwards. And that's weird because it's just water and chlorophyll.
It
basically.
has no taste.
It
Yeah.
doesn't, but then you're picking those strands out of everything. I mean, you're
Yeah.
picking them out of
you
your
can
teeth.
wash your teeth with those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like celery. We never have it. I like it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it in vegetable soup and stuff like that even, but I don't like it when it's in something for no reason. And even we've talked about the Wendy's chili. I mean, it's really not the celery that bothers me, but I don't like when there's celery floating for no reason. Like even Wendy's chili, what's the point of celery in Wendy's chili?
Well, because it really has no nutritional value and it doesn't add in taste. Is it for aesthetics?
I have no
Like
idea.
there's some greenery in here.
It's for heft.
I will say that the celery in Wendy's chili is at least not hairy and stringy. It's, it's cut so fine,
And
it's
well
hairless. Yeah.
So you could eat peanut butter or cream cheese on a stalk of celery, or eat a spoonful of peanut butter or cream cheese. There should be no difference there, but there is.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't, is it just the consistency of the celery that makes all that better? Or?
The crunchy. I mean, you think it's the crunch?
Well,
yeah, I mean, it has to be.
it is a spoonful, but you're eating the spoon because the celery becomes the vessel of delivery. It becomes the spoon.
There you go.
Well, yeah, but again, it should be the same. Eating both in both methods, but it's not.
Yeah, I agree.
It's better in the celery stalk.
Yeah.
All right. Next up.
No points, right?
No points. Eggplant.
Point. And I can't even tell you what an eggplant tastes like necessarily, but I can't look at that and eat it. No.
It is a bit too purple, isn't it?
It looks like a hematoma on a mine.
On a mime?
The only purple food I will eat is grape. I love grapes. No eggplant, no beet, no
Purple onion?
You don't like plums?
Juicy.
I mean, I will not go out of my way to eat a plum.
I can feel it in my plums.
I used to pick plums off a tree by my house and eat them.
Pick a plum.
Again,
gosh, okay, Jessica Tandy.
Back in the
Well, you
arch,
should pick
we were
plums off the trees.
don't turn my joke on to me here. If you're going to use a joke like that, use a different elderly person.
No, I don't think the joke would have worked
use
had I not thrown the Jessica Tandy back at you. I used to pick plums out of a tree in my front. What? Damn. You lived in Sardinia. You didn't have plums in your tree.
Yes, I did. There was a plum tree behind Jack Fender's house across the street from my house. Yes, there was.
I can see your little step ladder out there picking plums all day long.
Plums sitting under the plum tree reading his Bazooka Joe comics.
And you know what? I was regular.
You know what's sad is you might not realize this, but I did in my head briefly try to think of a male equivalence to Jessica Tandy. And I could not think of anyone. I was disappointed in myself. Jessica Tandy was just too good. There was no topping it. All right. Here's my eggplant story. I think I've told this on the podcast before. So I was we were going to try to eat healthier at one point, and we saw this recipe. You make pizzas out of eggplant instead of the crust, and so we made like miniature. They were mini pizzas. Everything was the toppings: cheese, sauce, pepperoni, or whatever, turkey pepperoni. And I took a couple bites, and it honestly wasn't bad. And I'm like, I could do this. And next thing I noticed was my gums feeling funny, like feeling like it was like
You were
something was like
broke.
really salty, but the food wasn't that salty, so I couldn't figure it out. So I took another couple bites, and I kept feeling around. And the next thing I know, my inside of my mouth was swelling, like it was like my lips were swelling, not the outside, like I couldn't like see my lips getting, but I could feel it. That's what I was feeling. So what it felt like,
inverse swelling. They were going backwards.
no, like the best way I can explain it was like the meat, like your gum meat, like all around like my gum meat was like puffing up, and it was starting to get up again, my teeth, like it was everything was getting tighter around my teeth and everything. So
And you say, "Dad, gummit."
well, so I stopped, and I did what I always have to do in that situation. I called my mom, and I'm like, "Hey, you know what's going on here? I feel like this is like really salty, and like I can feel."
No, it was like Bill Cosby at the dentist.
Yeah.
Hey, my baby. Probably.
And see, the reason I'm being careful here is because it wasn't that noticeable, or I would have just been okay. This is bad, but it was so subtle. It was like, do you know how? All right, so hey, Brady and I've talked about this, but have you ever had a dog have an allergic reaction to something, and like its face swells, and how you can see the pores, like you could see that, like literally the pores, like through the hair. That's the way the inside of my it was like like the grooves in your lips. Everything was getting very pronounced, and like very like I could feel it. And so I called my mom. My mom's like, "Well, you probably are having an allergic reaction," and I'll be darned, like I'm like I was. So I stopped eating it immediately because like I was afraid that my throat was going to close up and everything, and I haven't had one since. So I don't know if it was something else or what the deal was. So I like the taste of it, but I think I may be allergic to eggplant.
Wow. I never even knew what, like my grandma used to grow eggplants in her garden. And as a kid, like neither one of my parents really liked eggplant, but it was like, I never knew what the inside of one looked like until adulthood. Cause nobody, I know that there's like eggplant parmesan. Yeah. But, it seems like I've ate it before and it's not registering in my mind. So I don't think I could give myself a point because I think I would eat eggplant parmesan.
See, I think I could see you liking eggplant.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just think I could. All right, next up. Peas.
Oh, love me some peas.
Eric says no. Did you get a point, Eric?
All right. So again, I'll qualify. You can decide whether I get a point for this or not. I will not eat peas by themselves.
Really?
If they're nested in a soup, yes, I'll eat the peas in a veggie soup. Probably that's about it. I don't know. No peas by themselves. And Brady, you will know why I can't do it.
Yes, I do know why.
Hey, you guys forgive me for a second. I'm gonna go get something that I need for this particular food. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I'll go through the story then as to why I cannot eat peas. So when we were in elementary school, Brady and I, third grade, yes. One of our classmates
got the bright idea
for some reason ended up with a cellophane baggie full of peas that he had left in his desk for quite a while. And then all of a sudden,
Monday morning.
Monday morning, yeah. It must have been over a weekend, I guess, right? Is that what kind of way it happened? Maggots all over.
Magos all over.
Magos. So,
I lost my ear rubber thing, and I don't know if my ear ate it or what, but it's gone.
Earbuds had a
yeah. So that is why I cannot eat peas.
Yeah.
I don't think I ate peas before that, but that solidified the fact I will not eat peas.
Now, I have qualifications about my peas. I prefer a frozen pea with olive oil, butter, because I don't like regular butter, and Mrs. Dash. The seasoning is an excellent pea dish. I do not like I want them to be Kelly Forest green. I don't want them to be army green. If they are army green, they're soggy and gross.
See, I was going to say I don't like the peas that end up on the cafeteria floor that are all smashed in, and they turn the color of snot. You know what I mean? I don't like
Yes.
that. So I cannot eat like if growing up, if peas were ever on the menu, it was gag and maggot for me. But I'm like Eric. I like peas in vegetable soup, and I will even pull a pea with my, just put a spoonful of peas from vegetable soup and eat them. I have no problem with that because Eric said he doesn't eat just peas.
Right.
But there's a difference, Eric, and I think you agree. The peas in vegetable soup have a snap to them. It's very similar to the corn in vegetable soup.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It kind of pops. It has a
Yeah.
But I recently discovered these things, and so I've been not keeping a secret. Most people that know me knows I've been losing some weight and trying to get back in shape and stuff. And one of the things I've been doing is the Weight Watchers app. So
Me too.
yeah, and so I love it. By the way, I've had good success with it. I definitely promote it, but so I noticed, and I've been trying to buy some of the Weight Watchers snacks from their website, from their app, and I noticed these the other day, about 5-6 days ago.
Pedos.
Pedos. And those of you that know me know that I love a Funyun, and this is a pea. This is a Pungyon. This is a Petunyon. It's a peed up onion. So
Peoed onion.
yeah, if you can see these, I know you can see the name, but you see the shape of them. You can see they look just like a Funyun.
Yeah.
Except the mascot is a little pea that's like doing a
He's a DJ.
yeah, he's spinning some
DJ.
he's
Little
spinning some
Sprout got a new
Pungons.
gig.
He's spinning some Pungons on his arm. So they're crunchy onion rings.
Oh,
A jam of junk food taste that's plant-based, and they're made out of peas. No MSGs, no GMOs, no blah, 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 gluten-free. And Eric, these are 1 point, and it's a decent-sized little snack bag.
Yeah.
And I've had 2 bags so far, and they're growing on me. The first bag, so here's what they taste like. They taste like a Funyun with just a little more of an earthy, and I assume that's the vegetable. You know what I mean? Like a
Earthy.
it tastes like dirt.
They taste better than they smell. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Makes
totally.
And
perfect
even
sense.
Funyuns are never winning an award for smell. I mean, like, you gotta wash up. You gotta stop in the truck stop and after you eat Funyuns and wash
Cleanse
up.
your hands of the funk.
Yeah, but so I recommend these, Eric. You should give these a try, and if you like Funyuns, anyway, to
You
me
take
they're.
one out because
Can I
like
take
how big
I don't
are
want
they?
to.
Well, hold on, because like a pea is tiny. Is it a tiny little ring? Or
No.
do they
I don't
conglomerate
think
a
it's.
bunch of
I don't
peas?
think the ratio is 1 pea per Pungyon.
Okay.
I think they're probably mashed peas that have been turned into.
Because I was thinking of something that was almost like the size of a like an M&M.
Yeah, looking at them, it's got all kinds of ingredients, but pulse flour, blend, pea flour, lentil flour, faba bean, protein, pea fiber. Yeah, it's got some onion in it too. But anyway, when you guys talked about when I brought peas, it made me think of these because the first bag, I'm like, I don't know about these. There's something like they almost have like a fishy taste or something to them. And then the second bag, I didn't taste that at all. And they taste like Funyuns that are just a little bit like vegetable, like an earthy vegetable.
Like, yeah.
So they're definitely better than that other brand of Funyun shaped food that you can get in gas stations. Have you seen those? They're not Funyuns. They're like
Joyins.
I forget what they're called.
Yeah. Not the same at all.
No.
Yeah.
No. So I don't think I could take a point for pea. Eric, I mean, like, because I eat them in vegetable soup.
them.
And again, I don't know where to go with that. Like I said, I'll eat them in the soup, but
Yeah.
not alone.
Next up, we have watermelon.
Love me
Water's
some watermelon.
Yeah, I think we can skip right over that. We all, yeah.
As long as it's not grainy.
I don't like
grainy watermelon.
And I don't like the seeds. I like to get seedless.
Agreed.
Pineapple.
Love it.
Yeah.
One of my faves.
Yeah, I don't mind pineapple. I don't eat it a lot, but milk.
Milk.
Eric, you don't eat milk, do you?
No.
You know,
Nor do I drink it.
Yeah, I don't like
and
the milk.
I think on this one we won't count like all the things that might have milk in it.
Like not like
Yeah,
ice
this
cream.
is
We're talking about a good
yeah,
old
just
white
a
glass of
glass of
milk.
milk. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Now, what should we? What about chocolate milk?
it doesn't say that. It just says milk.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go because that's what I think. It conjures the advertisement up. You know the
Next, we have beets.
Nope.
nope.
I'm going no on beets as well.
Looks gross.
Mustard,
Oh,
one of my
God,
favorite
no.
condiments.
I like mustard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's. I'm surprised. It's a good mustard. It's a good even. You can put it on anything. You can put it on bologna, ham, roast beast, chicken,
Yes.
okay.
burgers.
I have had honey mustard stuff that's heavier on the honey,
Yeah,
but once again, it's certainly it's kind of a repellent taste, and I think the fact that it's bright yellow doesn't help. Like the mustard I was first exposed to,
what do you have against yellow?
it just didn't look right. I can't really explain. It looked like I always imagine like if I was watching Sesame Street and mustard was mentioned, like Big Bird flew over and pooped. That's what it would look like.
Well, see, I was going to say I don't like the mustards that get that greenish baby poop gray to them. I want yellow. I want bright yellow mustard.
Yellow.
Eric, you and I both like mustard, right?
So no Goldens for you, right?
No, you mean the Galdens or whatever?
Goldens.
Well, I like it depends because I love the what's it called? The brown. I like brown mustards, but I've seen some like mustard brands where it's regular mustard, but the yellow is like a bit off.
Right.
French's, where it looks like a yellow barrel with a red tip. That was the mustard I was exposed to.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm sure that wasn't Klosterman's or whatever, was it?
It was definitely French's.
Yeah.
French's.
I love honey mustards, sweet sour mustards, brown mustards, spicy mustards.
Do you eat the gray poupon?
I'm not a big
Dijon.
Dijon. I'm not a big Dijon mustard person.
Pardon me.
How about vinegar?
Yes.
So
That's a smell-based thing.
I like a vinaigrette dressing, which I assume has vinegar in it.
Yes.
But just vinegar, it's like I say you likes vinegar on her like fries and stuff.
Or long yawns.
But I do like
on fair fries. Vinegar inside a hushed puppy.
inside a hushed puppy.
Yes, you take a bite out of the hushed puppy and you dump vinegar in it.
Well, it
the malt
soaks
vinegar.
The puppy guts soak it all up.
Exactly.
Dude,
Great.
see,
Long
it's
John
one of those smell
Silver.
things.
Huh?
It's the smell, and like I said, I can't. I've never. I've accidentally got a hold of it, much to my chagrin. But it's the smell.
How did you get a hold of vinegar accidentally?
It had spilled. Like it was actually at Long John's, and there is a couple drops that might have spilled. I might have knocked it over, and I could smell it before I tasted it. And I ate that hushed puppy or French fry. And it was like,
Here's my beef with even like the fair fries with it's actually my problem. So when I dip my fries in ketchup, I like a pool of ketchup to dip each fry into. I do not like having to wade my fingers through ketchup covered fries.
That's terrible.
yeah.
And the fair offers you no other option. So here's what happens.
They need little cups.
They do.
Squirt the ketchup in.
But you're lucky to get a damn napkin at the fair. Just one napkin at the fair. I mean,
Yeah,
so
you get one napkin with those fries.
yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what you end up with. There's two options with that. You either get a cup of fries. It was saying I can't split them because she likes vinegar. And once again, if I could take a fry and dip it in and control the vinegar level, like control how far up I want the vinegar to go in the fry, but she just pours it all over the cup of fries. Yeah.
And you have
same.
to
Or
Oh.
no, I think it's a squeeze bottle now, isn't it?
It might be. I haven't been in the fair in a few years, but the problem with the ketchup is also like I can't. I love ketchup. I want ketchup on every fry, but I don't want to have get it on my fingers. So you have two options. You either cover a good layer of ketchup all over all the fries, and it never fails. You got about 10 to 15 fries at the top that have all the ketchup, and then the bottom 3/4 of the cup is ketchupless. Or you take your finger and you dig a hole into the side of the cup and push them aside.
A ketchup dyke, kind of.
Yes, and you just put a run of ketchup, a fall of ketchup down through the cup. And then you can somewhat dip it, but it's messy either way.
Like a ketchup pond in the corner. You make your little nest and
yeah.
Or you could do a totally uncalled for move and eat your fries with a fork.
Oh. The only fries that are suitable to eat with a fork are like chili cheese fries.
yes. Yeah.
I guess the way you do it though is you get you a pork tenderloin, you unwrap it, and you put ketchup on the wrapper of the pork tenderloin, and then you dip your fries in it. But you can't carry the ketchup tube over to the.
Yeah.
True.
All right. So we were at vinegar. I do like salt and vinegar chips though. So does that count? Like I don't like a lot.
I think we're talking about liquid vinegar here.
See, I take all of these things as them by themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Then All right. Next up, raw fish.
As in sushis.
Sashimi.
Well, we all get the point here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like raw fish. I do like the I like California roll, like sushi that's not really raw fish.
Yeah.
Oysters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all getting a point there too.
Snot in a shell.
Shrimps.
Shrimp.
I don't mind shrimp.
I don't like seafood. I'm gonna have to give myself a point. Like I said, I've told you before that I had to choke down raw shrimp once because I was trying to impress the lady friend's entourage that had ordered shrimp cocktail, and so I had to eat it. It was just like eating a big raw piece of bait and red crap that I didn't like. It was a miserable experience.
I don't like cold shrimp. That's why I don't like shrimp cocktail, and I don't like horseradish sauce. Although when I was somewhere, when we went to Indy, when Ethan and I went to Indy, 2 different places I ate, the burgers had a like a horseradish, some sort of sauce, and I loved it. But it was the ratio was very low on the horseradish end.
A horseradish is a very strong. I'm assuming it's a vegetable. Yeah, I guess. But it's one that'll knock you out. I think, and I'm really not making this up. The armed services, like in the gas training, they use some kind of horseradish smoke to tear gas you.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Only a couple left with this column. Sourdough bread. I love sourdough bread.
Yeah.
Love the sourdough.
Nutella.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not my favorite.
I don't ever buy it, but I have no. Tastes good. Turkey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last one in this column, and which will finish me up for the night. Onions.
Yes.
I don't eat a raw onion, but I cook it into a lot of stuff. I cannot imagine my Mexican food or my French onion soup. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Let me total up after 2 columns.
I think I distanced myself a little bit.
Brady, 14.
I doubled it.
Eric, 12.
Yeah.
Todd, 2.
Me, 7. So what's interesting is Brady is being very consistent. He had 7 in the first column and 7 in the second column. Eric, you had 7 and 5, and I had 2 and 5. So I actually my score went up in the second column.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought I was going to make a little bit better ground because I ate the peas and I ate there was a couple things but the condiments get me every time.
Once again, website www.playbyyearpodcast.com. Lots to see there. Buy a t-shirt. Click on the menu where it says store. You can click on the t-shirt picture, and that will take you to buymeacoffee.com, which is our crowdsourcing platform. You can buy a shirt there. Softest shirt you'll ever buy, ever wear.
Swapped. Supple.
Supple.
Like the eyelash of an alpaca.
I wouldn't call an eyelash supple.
I know. I'm making stuff up at this
Matter of fact,
point.
there are very few things that come to mind when I think of the word supple. I won't get any farther with that.
Stop.
It's funny because like our dog, which anybody that knows my daughter, she's me. I mean, she's so much like me, it's not even funny. And so one of the things that's like me is she's obsessed with wiener dogs. And so like we've always referred to our dog's stomach as her supple. And I know that's not using the word correctly, but I think I have my daughter believing that I think that
That's
she
the
believes
correct word.
that is the correct way to use supple. Yes. When supple would maybe be a way to describe, it's an adjective first off. I mean, but we use it as a noun. So Mrs. Wilson, please don't hate on me there. But we use supple as a noun rather than an adjective.
Okay, so
Miss Wilson and I got to hang out. We got to compete against the young whippersnappers at my place of employment in a academic team scrimmage.
and laid a smackdown.
Nice.
So Savannah, I want to put this comment up there. She said you should try Mona Lisa's restaurant in Morristown. I've been there, pretty good. I think I've been there once, but
I haven't got to go yet. Never had the occasion. It's not even that far away from me.
Mona Lisa.
All right.
All right, Brady.
Morristown, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, are we ready to rock this next topic?
Absolutely.
Okay. Eric, I have to give him credit for pointing this my direction from Mental Floss. And we are all guilty as adults, and especially as children, where there's parts of our body and body functions that there's actually proper words for, and not just made up stuff. And we are going to dazzle you with this list because there are body parts and body function names that you didn't even know exist. And they're actually more fun than the euphemisms and the things we use. Some of them are not euphemisms. Some of them are just things we never thought to put a name on.
So Brady, are you going to give the term and we can try to guess what that is?
I can do that. It might get difficult.
We're up for it.
Okay.
Look who you're talking to, man. Look who you're talking to.
Yes, that is true. So now the first one on the list, it's going to be kind of a wash because we've all grown up listening to the same comedians. So, so the first one on the list is Borborygmi.
We're poor.
So, I'm going to go ahead. Todd, do you remember what Borborygmi is?
See, I was going to say, is this where my
George Carlin?
I was thinking George Carlin, but that particular word didn't.
Was it Carlin?
Huh?
I don't think that was Carlin.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Carlin. Is it Carlin? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, this might be where the age difference is a little bit because I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Although I listened to quite a bit of Carlin and Eric's cars back in the day, the Carlin tapes.
It would have been the same one.
Yeah.
When I tell you what it is, it'll probably ring a bell. Derived originally from an onomatopoeia of Greek. Borborygmus is a rumbling in the stomach or bowels. So the stomach gurgle and the growling stomach when you're hungry is Borborygmi.
Really?
I'm experiencing some Borborygmi. Pardon me.
Brady and his Michael Caine.
Yeah. So the George Carlin thing was it sounded like the sound, and he was right because it's onomatopoeia. Borborygmi sounds like the sound your stomach makes, like Borborygmi. Yeah, not that thing. So anyway, so Borborygmi is stomach growling. Next, on to Catchination. CACHINNATION. So the word nation with catchin in front of it.
Would it be cash?
Catchination. It could be. Unfortunately, there's a couple of these. There is no phonetic respelling, so it will have to be properly wung because I'm seeing it for the first time. Any guesses what cachinnation or cachinnation is?
Is it
Hmm.
is it a hiccup?
You're warm, but not quite. It is uncontrollable.
Like when someone starts hyperventilating or something.
It could lead to that, but it is unrestrained and uncontrollable laughter. You have a fit of cachinnation.
Hmm.
So
I have one of those about once a year.
don't lie. Don't sell yourself. You have
No.
one every week when you're
Well,
here.
no, yeah, there's a difference
I'm
between.
teasing.
But I remember as a kid having those, and honestly, they get a little scary. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But I had the most recent one I had was probably a year or two ago at B Dubs of all places with the family, and I just could not stop, and I think my whole family was getting angry and
No.
embarrassed, and I just could not stop laughing. Like I literally walked out of the place laughing because luckily it happened towards the end when we were getting ready to pay our bill, and I could not stop. I don't even remember what it was over, but whatever it was,
You don't remember what elicited it?
I think it was one of those things where I could tell I know enough about it, but not enough to tell the story, and certainly not enough to tell the story and make it humorous. It was just one of
Yeah.
those things where you had to be that you had
to be there. Yeah. Okay, the next one is psychiatrization. I'm going to spell it CICATRIZA. So catrization, but psychiatrization.
Huh.
Sepia tone Todd there.
Changing my light up here a little bit. It's getting my eyes. I don't know. Would that be one of these? Has to be a hiccup. I'm going to keep guessing hiccup until I get it right.
It is not a hiccough.
Is it a
sneeze?
It is not.
Is it like a snort? Like a
Nope.
okay.
It is a scar.
Oh wow.
Psychiatrization is scarring. So you slice your finger on a piece of glass, and some psychiatrization will happen, and it will be left. It's a scar. Okay.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I thought these were bodily functions.
There are some. It's body parts and bodily functions.
Oh, body part. Okay.
So Todd, you just experienced deglutition or deglutition. DEGLUT-ition. Looks like it'd be deglute.
Deglute. I just experienced it now?
Yes. Moments ago.
Oh, you saw that?
I saw it.
Oh man, I don't know. Eric, you have a guess? I wasn't paying enough attention to myself.
Yeah.
It's low key. It's a
No,
fancy word for such a simple thing. Swallowing. You swallowed your drink.
I did. You just did too with your
Yes,
use
I did.
box. Yes.
My youth box. So, all right. Maybe you might be undergoing some diaphoresis right now,
Ooh.
especially if that light's too hot.
I was going to say that one's familiar. Sweating. Right?
That is correct, sir.
Ooh, nice, Eric.
Yeah.
Nice. Diaphoresis. Yes, so
Very
that is
nice.
sweating. I'm feeling a bit diaphoretic right now. Is a very proper way.
I watch a lot of medical shows.
I am performing diaphoresis into buckets and containers. So it's a nice way to say sweating buckets, but okay. Now be careful. I need you to be very, very clear what I'm saying.
Okay. Enunciate.
Eructation. 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 Eructation.
Heartburn.
You are warm. You might have eructation because of a case of heartburn.
Belching.
And in their words, another word for a volcanic burping eruption. So it is burping. The Romans called it ructus. So it's like, I got a case of the ructus, means you were burping. You've eaten the eggplants. And it's giving you eructation. Now, this one, we're in the same family. This is going to be a gimme. Flatus.
I think it has something to do with your addis, I think, doesn't it?
A bottom belch.
Butt burp. It's yes,
A
flatus.
ground floor growl.
Speaking of uncontrollable laughter. Oh.
Gotta love the alliteration.
So yes, flatus is bigluteal. It is a bigluteal fricatation. It is a flatus is actually where the word fart comes from. A mispronunciation of it is what I was told and read previously.
I thought a flatus was the opposite of a bubbleless. let that soak
That's
up.
a slow burn, man. Oh, we are not serious.
I'm proud of
people.
that one.
Oh gosh.
Uh,
Yes, but anybody that would say that, pardon me, I have had flatus. Your olfactories shall be assaulted. So
my theory
yeah,
that every man over the age of 30 has a flatus anyway because you get the middle-aged erosion where the anus erodes down the back of your legs and disappears out your heel.
Oh God, stop, man. Oh.
I think it's more of a shift just to the front.
You think so? Either way, I know the back of your pants get saggier and saggier the older you get.
Yeah, it's a sad day when you realize you've lost your toned, useful tuchus.
Yes.
All right.
When your cakes turn into cupcakes. Your cakes turn into cookies, I should say.
Okay. Now, we have had some cold temperatures recently, and it might have resulted in horripilation.
Goosebumps.
Ooh, nice.
See, you got it, sir.
Nice.
Have you ever heard people refer to it as goose flesh? That sounds gross.
I've heard-
I have heard that.
I've heard goose pimples.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Why do we go goose and not turkey? Turkey skin.
Well, there is another reference that involves that.
But is goose flesh bumpier than turkey flesh?
I don't know. And like, is goose flesh bumpier than like a sparrow or a scarlet tanager? I don't know.
Or a ruby-throated
Warbler.
hummingbird?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always wondered that because I've never seen goose flesh. I've never seen goose flesh, so I don't know.
Okay.
But turkey flesh I've seen.
I didn't read farther down, Todd. This might go to solving your question. Horripilation literally means from Latin bristled hairs, and it is proper name for when you get goosebumps or goose flesh. Another name for the same thing is, I'm not doing this, piloerection. Because pillow and pilia is the Latin word for hair. So when hair stands up. Anyway, so the pillar erection refers to animals when they raise their razor and like get their bristles on.
Yeah,
You know,
makes sense.
So,
It's like
yeah.
yeah,
I think gooses when they get angry fluff.
Get their hackles up.
yeah.
Yes.
Like dogs get that line down their back.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom always calls it like when her Chiweenie gets ticked off. and it does this. She said she's getting her razor out,
Yeah.
and I think that is a Southernism. It's like a razorback
Yeah.
hog, you know. And if you run into this at goose flesh, you might be so uncomfortable that you might get lacrimation. LACHRY, mation, lacrimation.
Is that
What?
I have a guess,
indigestion?
but I don't want.
It is not indigestion.
This ties into the goose flesh, right? Is that
Oh,
what
no.
you said? It doesn't.
No, it does not. Not at all.
Oh, okay, well then I won't guess what I was.
What's it called again?
Lacrimation. It's got bright in here.
Is it like is it a underarm sweat? Like excessive underarm sweat?
It is liquid, but it is not sweat.
Spittle.
It is not spittle.
Tears.
Does it
Tears.
Oh, okay.
It is
I'm
tears.
glad you stopped me because I was getting ready to go to a very uncomfortable place.
The back of a Volkswagen? The old Mallrats line.
Nice.
Thank you, Kevin Smith. All right. I know you know what this one is. Now be very clear what I'm saying. Mastication.
It's mastication.
Whoa.
Mastication. I'm going to say itchy, like an itch, like
It's an excellent guess, but incorrect. Enrique.
Mast. That when you crinkle your forehead.
That is good. Obscure. But Miss Wilson is the winner. Chewing.
Chewing. Yes.
When you masticate, you are chewing.
Okay. So does anybody else notice like that when you wrinkle, when you do what Eric just said, everybody gets kind of like the pie symbol in their try it and see if you get it. See, Brady, you have the pie symbol there. Like
I don't have a top though.
It's
kind of like a pagoda without a top.
It's an upside down pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Everybody thinks we're all concerned and serious. We don't want to scare anybody. Okay. You all have been nictating. No, excuse me. Nictation.
Nictation.
If somebody waved their arms or waved something by your face, you might nictate.
Blink.
You got it.
Flinch. Okay.
It's blinking.
Yes.
Blinking or winking. From the Latin words meaning to incline or bend together.
Nice.
So nictation.
So it would have been funny if Blink-182 would have called themselves Nicotation 182.
Yes. Or even better, then they would put it in Roman numerals.
Oh, that would be.
So, okay. Obdormition.
Obdormition.
I will give you a hint. Focus on the DOR. There is your Latin. Or go back to French 1.
Oh, I never took French.
Oh.
French.
Sorry, blue.
Don't recall that one.
Okay. Obdormation is the proper name for sleeping. Dorme? Dormitory? Dormant?
Yeah.
Ah. This next one's fun. See, we. Pandiculation.
Panda what?
Pandiculation.
Pandiculation.
Pan. So like
when we stand up, we might exhibit some signs of pandiculation after we've been
Stiff.
podcasting.
You're stiff.
Sort of catch all that. Yes.
Tweet.
I'm gonna have. Well, it is. Pandiculation is essentially a catch-all term for all those things you do when you're tired or just waking up. Yawn, stretch. That's all pandiculation.
Crack, popple, or
Yeah.
popple, pop, snapple.
Snapple.
Snap, crapple, pop. Snap, crack. Snap,
Well, I messed it up too. What is it? It's crap. No.
snap, crackle, pop.
Crackle. Pop.
Snap, crackle, pop.
I kind
Yeah,
of like
slow
crackle.
down. Yeah.
To each their own in the morning. But yes, that pandiculation is that. Now this might be my
I'll
favorite
popple if I
one.
want to.
All right. Some of us over the winter or anytime in the spring might exhibit a case of rhinorrhea.
Runny nose.
You got it.
Oh, man.
The Latin word rhino?
Rhinorrhea.
Mamma mia. Baby's got the rhinorrhea. You're going to need a saline. Yeah. So a case of rhinorrhea will get you a box of tissues, not a box of toilet tissue. So, okay. Singultus. Sing altus.
S-I-N-G.
S-I-N-G.
Okay. I was going to say if it was
Hopefully-
S-A-N-G, it'd be something with blood, but not S-I-N-G.
Oh, I love your guys' ability to solve this one. I don't think you're going to solve this one because I can't even find my Latin prefix in this, but speech interrupted by sobbing. So you're crying so hard that you can't speak. You have singultus. What was that again? You couldn't do that twice. I was getting ready to.
We are not
Okay.
beatboxes.
Okay. Sternutation. S-T-E-R-N. Sternutation. Sternutation. Or anything that is sternatory.
Can you use it in a sentence, Bob?
Sternatory. Sternutation. Yes. Sternutation. Holy crud. I looked up at the light too quick and I have a case of the sternutation.
Lightheadedness,
Nope.
dizziness, spots,
Nope.
seeing spots.
I have smelled this flower and it has caused my eyes to water and for me to start sternutation fits.
Sneezing.
There you go. It's the old sneezola.
Hang on a minute. The first one, you looked at the lights and how? What?
Don't you have a photo trigger for like a light? Like if you feel like you're going to sneeze, if you look up at the light, it triggers your sneeze.
No, Eric, have you heard of this?
Like looking into light and sneezing?
Yeah.
Brady does it all the time.
Really? Well, no
It's in
wonder
my
I-
23andMe genetic profile too.
God, I would love to read that. Can you send that to me?
I will
Can we just read it on here one night for a podcast?
one night, but all the ladies would be far too interested. No, I'm kidding. So we're gonna go from sternutation to tussication. This is gonna be an easy one. I don't want you tussing all over the place.
Coughing.
There you go. So a coughing robot, robotussin. No, it is tussication is coughing. The Latin word for coughing is pertussis.
Yes.
So that brings me to the end of my phenomenal list.
That was it. Oh, I thought you were saying
I
like
thought
you
you
have
were-
one more.
Yeah, you're supposed to say that before you do your last one.
Oh, well, I got to be honest. I played it by ear so hard that
Oh man, you go hard.
because it was on 17. I just imagined it would go out to 20.
Well, yeah, it's a weird number to stop at.
Yeah.
All right, very cool. I gotta
was
say, if
fun.
it weren't for some of the sentences, I couldn't have guessed any of them, and I
Yeah.
still only guessed a couple. The sneezing when you're looking at light, that threw everybody off, but anyone who wouldn't know that you sneeze and you look at light, because I don't imagine that's a thing.
It's called I think it's called photosynthetic sneezing response.
I can't believe you've never seen him do that.
Brady
does
has
it
so
all
many
the
weird, because Brady has some weird sneeze abilities. Like he does he's able to stop people from sneezing. That whole thing, like that's hiccuping. You're able to stop hiccups.
I can cure hiccups.
Yeah, you can cure
He'll
hiccups.
he'll get this look on his face like.
So the sneeze, does the sneeze halt does the light?
The light triggers to get it out. It's
So it's
like,
the equivalent of shoving your finger down your throat when you're sick. So you just throw.
well,
up
I was going to
your
say
own-
a sneeze laxative.
Okay, a snaxative.
No, that probably is those pedos.
No, I mean I can't believe
Yeah,
I've never noticed that about
Yeah.
you, Brady.
I
I'm
mean-
going to pay more attention now, man. I want to.
It's more subtle now because it's like I feel it coming on. I just kind of casually look up, and people think I'm just arch about to keep from snuggling all over them.
So then the sneeze already has to be on the
Forming.
brim.
Yes. Now
It's
you've
in the
not walked
chamber.
out. You've not. The safety is off. Have you ever been in like a darker building and you come out into light and sneeze?
No. Well, here, now you got me you got me thinking, because maybe I've always wondered, like, if there's anything that makes me sneeze in particular. Maybe I've never paid attention. I think it's pretty good self-awareness that you know what causes your sneezes.
Light makes me sneeze. Okay. When the stimulus excites one part of the body's parasympathetic nervous system, other parts of the system tend to become activated as well. So when bright lights cause the eye's pupils to constrict, that may indirectly cause secretion and congestion in the nasal membranes, which leads to a sneeze.
Huh.
There you go.
Be darned. You learn something every day.
Yes. Thank you, BBC. Doctors. It's on them. Yeah.
All right. Website,
Shoot.
playitbyyourpodcast.com. Look at our isms. All of our little
Like fist.
fist. We're talking about fist.
You haven't read it. You haven't read an ism in a while, Eric. You haven't read
I
a.
haven't. I mean,
Pulled
we do that.
porpoise is another ism.
Pulled porpoise. I gotta wait.
Are you rifling through a poke?
No, I'm looking for my game sucker.
It sounds like a villain in a movie. It's
You know
the
what's-
game sucker.
You know what's odd is growing up, the only Tootsie Roll Pop I would eat is the chocolate, and now that's the last one I go with. Yes, I am a, like, you could say, like, anything fruit or like dessert based. I am a chocolate, peanut butter, caramel, that kind of thing
Right.
over any kind of fruit desserts.
Yeah.
And I think I was always that way with suckers. I wanted the chocolate over the fruit, but now I have to say that purple or orange is probably my favorite.
purple.
Orange.
It's not grape. You got to go to the color scheme.
Is it? It is grape. Yeah, I actually didn't know.
It's just purple.
Grapes.
Well, it's kind of like
It could have been blackberry, blueberry.
it could have been. It's like when I get those Hugs drinks for the kids and put in the fridge, and Panda or Ridge will say,
For
"Do
the
you want-"
kids, he gets the Hugs drinks.
No, I don't like those.
Yeah.
I am firmly team high C, but they like the other ones. But so can I have a cherry one or a grape one or blue?
Well, who knows what the hell blue is? flavor?
Smurfy.
It's-
All right. So you wanted an ism. Actually,
Yes.
we mentioned this ism earlier. Pork tender groin is the play by your term for a deep fried pork loin sandwich made famous by the Brown County Fair, known to normal people as a pork tenderloin. There is also, and I'm just tying into things we've used tonight, the apostrophe / plural reference, a euphemisms for one's private parts. Man, in the unedited version of Cocoon, I did not need to see Wilford's Brimleys, but I was okay with Jessica Tandy.
See, Jessica Tandy. You guys told me earlier that she wasn't in Cocoon.
I didn't tell you that.
Yes, you rewind the tape. You both said she wasn't in Cocoon.
Rewind.
I think she was
Hit
in.
the replay.
My gosh, on Golden Pond too.
She was not in on Golden Pond.
Yeah.
I can say that with some.
If anybody was listening at the beginning, did these guys not tell me that Jessica's Tandy's was not in Cocoon?
Katharine Hepburn was in on Golden Pond.
Who else was in on Golden Pond?
Henry Fonda.
Henry's Fonda. And James Fonda.
All right.
All right. So the game of the
you
night,
guys forgot Dabney Coleman.
Dabney's
Ooh.
Coleman.
Would it be Dabney's Coleman's? It depends on what we're referring to.
Dabney's Coleman was also in 9 to 5 with James Fonda.
Was she?
And Dolly's Parton.
So
And
here,
Lily
so
Tomlin.
I forgot that in Cocoon, Don Amici was also in
Oh, yeah.
Cocoon.
Oh, yeah.
Wilford's Brimley, Hume's Cronin, Brian's Dennehy. I liked Brian Dennehy. Brian Dennehy was a great actor.
He was.
I don't know Jack Guilford, Steve's Gutenberg.
So unless you're 127 years old, the two Don Amici roles that you know are Cocoon and Trading Places.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Trying to think. I'm gonna go ahead. You guys can go ahead. I'm gonna look ahead and see what other movies he was in real quick.
All right. So the game of the night is Confident? Question mark.
Confidence Scissor. Speaking of old actors,
Yeah, right.
sexy. Why don't you think?
It never gets old. It makes me laugh every time.
Was that our buddy Zach that actually was the original one to do that?
Yes.
I think it was,
Zach
yeah.
I
ism.
believe so.
What was he? What did he peddle?
It was Alcavelva, wasn't it?
I don't think it was Aqua's Valva.
Is it-
No,
Was it Brutes?
yeah, he would put it on his face. Maybe it was shaving cream.
It was a shaving. It was a what do you call it? Not a shaving cream, but
Not a product.
no, it wasn't a cologne. It was an aftershave.
Was it?
Yeah, but he also remember he
I'm
did
gonna
the
look it up.
one arm push up at the Oscars or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. And man, now I'm gonna have to look it up, but
I looked it up here.
Confidence
Jack Palance,
commercial.
late career,
Skin Bracer.
Skin Bracer.
And
there you go.
bracer. There we
All
go.
right, Here we go.
We
Hold
listening?
on.
It's a
We're
pregnant
gonna
pause.
we're going to try to play it here.
I'm gonna be disappointed if it sounds nothing like what we thought it sounded like over the years. Don't you
Yeah.
hate that?
Okay, share screen, Microsoft Edge tab.
We're our
Uh,
own engineers here, so apologies.
Yes, here we go.
We don't have that budget yet.
All right. Here we go. I don't know if we'll be able to hear it.
Oh, that would suck.
Guess we'll see.
I'll do the voiceover if we can.
Like bad lip reading.
Now I got to find the stupid tab I have open. Got 7,000 tabs open, which I have a very bad habit of.
Yeah, I do the same.
It's some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy. Don't you think? Original and cooling blue.
Not too far off.
Oh, I got to play it again.
Yeah, he does a
Play
lot
it
of
again.
lip smacking and breathing. Listen to the breathing.
I don't need some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy. Don't you think? Original and cooling blue.
I don't think Jack would be so cool if he put that on after manscaping. Oh,
I think that was even better than what I thought it was going to be.
What is that? Was he?
Well, he's only 93 years old
Yeah.
in the commercial. I mean,
It cools my skin.
Hey, how long would it take before we get fired if we made a bet that we're going to spend the first 2 periods of the day tomorrow at our jobs talking like Jack Palin?
Go ahead and
Late, don't you think?
go ahead and put your books away. Class is about to begin.
Put this in your binder, number 3.
Don't you think?
Oh,
This would help you read better.
stop pushing it mine.
Check for the implicit and the explicit details.
Oh, I don't remember the official name of what I'm doing right now. I'm tearing up.
Confidence.
Iria. Once again, we are not serious people in this show. Anybody that
No,
was
we're not.
tuning in to expect highbrow
Yeah,
intelligentsia.
definitely lowbrow. All right. So a confident question mark to give you a rundown of the game, just to remind you. So I give you it's kind of a record sort of thing, a Guinness World Record sort of thing. And you have to guess the number or how often or whatever. So it's kind of a card shark sort of thing. One of you will guess a number, the other one will be higher or lower. Okay. Make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Makes sense. The
All right.
Kyle King rule in effect.
Of course, always.
I think this was this the game it originated on?
It might have been.
Ben.
Because I don't think we used to be able to do higher or lower, did we? Or we used or
It was just ended in a point, the Kyle King rule. Yeah, you're right. It was
Yes.
this one.
Yes, it was. All right. Brady,
Let's see.
you drew the long lot.
Nah.
Ah,
long lot Brady.
nah.
Bam, but down.
That means absolutely nothing to no one. We are not inebriated in this show, by the way.
We are not impaired. We've not been consuming left-handed cigarettes.
No twisting of birds here. Rook.
Rook.
Oh,
All right, Brady.
yeah.
The world's steepest street.
Oh,
How steep is it in degrees based upon the gradient of the steepest 33-foot section?
can we read that again, Eric? And you just stop at the world's steepest street, and Brady and I know what to do. Go ahead,
Okay. World's steepest street.
Brady. How steep
is
is
it?
it?
It's so steep.
Not match game, fellas.
Oh, okay.
Once again, in degrees based upon the gradient of the steepest 33-foot section.
I am going to try to use my Eastern High School geometry. I am going to say 65 degrees.
65 degrees.
Here's 45. It's going to be about like that for those of you at home. Or in your cars.
You mean
Oh.
Todd?
if they're not watching, how can they see? How can they see that if they're just at home listening?
can't.
Goodness.
Todd, higher or lower than
He made an
60?
alligator mouth, basically, boys. if you're just listening at home.
For the benefit of our audio audience.
Yeah. I'm gonna say higher.
Higher than 65. A street in Baldwin, New Zealand reclaimed the title in April 2020 after successfully contesting that a Welsh street's claim wasn't measured correctly? The answer 19.
Dang. That's not very. That's paltry. You can't
Yeah.
convince me.
I don't know that your hands are a good representation of what the actual
I
measurements.
know this is 90,
Yeah.
and half of 90 is 45.
Yes.
So 19 would be, let's see, half of 45
Half
would be
of
about
45
20. It'd be
roughly.
about that, like that. That's nothing. I've walked that both ways to school, to and fro.
But I wonder if it has something to do with like how long that you know what I mean? Like I wonder if
Yeah.
it's something more than just like over a distance
Good.
type thing. I don't know.
All right, so
Got the point because we both really
Right.
whiffed.
you got the point, Brady, because
Um,
Todd said higher.
I don't feel good about it.
You shouldn't.
All right, so grade on a road, by the way, just to give you a little insight here. A grade of 100% means that the slope's rise equals its run.
See, the runs is what got us.
Yes, the
Yeah.
runs. It's not just the rise, it's the runs.
Rise of a run.
Well, I'm sitting here looking at it, and it doesn't look all that. Yeah, I'll try to. As soon as my picture pops up.
Well, but you got to figure though, what is but what is 19 degrees at the bottom? is
That's
not
true.
19 degrees at the top.
I gotcha.
But you still got the point.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Todd.
Yes.
The Stanley Cup. How many times have Canadian teams won it since the NHL was founded over the 100 seasons from 1918 to 2019?
1918 to 2019.
Yes,
100 years.
100.
How many times has a Canadian team won it?
Canadian.
I know nothing about hockey
Yeah.
as far as the history. I feel like this is a trick question. I feel like they want us to think that it's high. But I'm going to say it's actually kind of low. I'm going to say 30.
30. Brady, higher or lower than 30?
I think I'm going to have to go higher because, like the Boston Bruins and the New York Islanders and the Detroit Red Wings, they kind of like took the historical auction. But, man, the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs, I don't know why they call them Leafs. It should be Maple Leaves. Anyway.
Tell that to the Killer Dwarfs.
That's true. Who's a Canadian band, ironically.
Are they?
I think they are.
Interesting.
But anyway, I'm going to say higher.
Higher. Most recently in 1993, the Montreal Canadiens have won 23 Stanley Cup titles and the Toronto Maple Leafs 13. More than any other teams in the NHL. The closest is the Detroit Red Wings with 11. Canadian teams have won 49 Stanley Cups.
Stanley's Cup.
Brady's runnings away with it.
Yeah. Are we playing to 7? Is that what we're doing?
Sure. Sounds good.
2-0 Brady. Brady,
See?
the Big Mac. How much to buy one in Switzerland? Converted into dollars, it is the most expensive in the world.
Okay. So everything's expensive in Switzerland. It's got, the highest, it's usually number one in the most happy, well-adjusted countries.
Because they don't make anything but watches.
And banks.
And knives.
There might be holes in that theory, but but
miss.
no, it's known as usually one of the top 3 wealthiest countries in the world for a small population. So I know that in Vegas it was kind of pricey, and I'm gonna go. I'll just shut up. I think it's probably $12.
$12. Todd, higher or lower than $12?
I'm going to say a little higher.
A little higher. According to the Economist's Big Mac Index, Switzerland is 18% more expensive than the United States' $5.67.
Okay.
Russia, Romania, and South Africa have the cheapest at around $2.20.
Dang.
The Swiss Mac is $6.71.
Oh, see, once again, I won, but I don't feel good about it.
And I don't feel quite as bad about this shellacking that I'm getting.
I think you all had the current inflation in mind, too.
Yes.
I kind of, yeah.
All right, Todd. Time to start the
Yes.
comeback here.
I do. Yes. Don't call it a comeback.
Wank.
The Dead Sea. What
How
percentage-
dead is it? Sorry.
What percentage of the water is salt?
$80.
80. Brady? 80, Brady.
I'm gonna have to go lower. I think it's considerably lower.
After I said it, I think so too.
Normal seawater is about 3.5% salt. The Dead Sea is about 10 times saltier, 34%
34.
Yeah.
salinity.
Yeah. As soon as I said that, I knew I was way off.
Yeah.
Panicked.
4-0. Shellacking.
Man.
Man.
All right, Brady.
You're bruising
I'm
me.
gonna run I'm gonna run a pulpus. Please the isms.
Frisbee. What's the record for the longest throw caught by a dog?
Dang.
In feet, where the dog is next to the thrower as they release the disc.
I mean, I've seen it as halftime shows, and it's usually pretty entertaining. And I could be wrong. I mean, this just could have been the dog that I saw. There might be that super dog out there. I'm going to say it's in feet.
Feet.
I am going to say 175 feet.
175 feet. Todd, higher or lower than 175 feet?
Let's see. I'm going to say lower.
Lower. The longest ever Frisbee throw by a human is an impressive 1,109 feet.
God.
While the longest throw on record by an animal is 32 feet by sea lion Alex.
So
the longest-
that sea lion flippered it.
I guess. But as far as the one caught by a dog starting next to the thrower, record is 402
Dang.
feet.
That's like a football field. Let's see. Yeah, that's bigger than a football field.
Yeah.
That ain't a real frisbee. That's one of those Araby things, and I don't care.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All right, 5-0.
gosh.
Todd,
I don't think in the history of the Play It By Ear podcast has there been such
I've
a
never
brutal
ran up this score.
beatdown, nor I don't believe that either one of us have ever won 3 in a row, like what's getting ready to happen here.
true.
Speaking of frisbee catching dogs,
Got time.
mine just came in.
You're a Frisbee catching dog?
Yes.
All right, Todd, Home Alone.
Okay.
How old was Kevin McAllister when he was left at home in the first movie?
I'm going to say 8.
8.
8.
Brady, higher or lower than 8?
I actually think he might have nailed it. I mean, my child is 8, and Kevin McAllister might have looked a little bit. I'm just going older, only because that's all I got. No real reason. I think Todd's perfect. I think it's 8.
Okay. Macaulay Culkin was 9 when filming this movie. Kevin's age is only said twice, including when he tells a supermarket worker, "Ma'am, I'm 8 years old. You think I'm here alone." 8 years old. And I just made an executive decision. If you hit it on the nose, you get 2 points.
Yeah.
Whoa.
5-2.
What are you, an NFL ref?
Or any ref or umpire at this point.
All right.
I'm sorry. There's a lot of good ones out there too. I didn't mean to insult the whole
Brady.
trade.
Lollapalooza, Chicago.
Yeah.
How many people attend each day of the festival on average based upon 2018 attendance?
I'm going to say 23,000.
23,000. Todd, higher or lower than 23,000?
Can you repeat the specifics of the...
See, is this the original Chicago one or is this the tour?
You already gave your answer, man.
Lollapalooza,
Yeah.
Chicago.
Okay.
How many people attend each day of the festival on average based upon 2018 attendance?
Yeah.
Higher.
Higher. It started in 1991. It is now also run in Germany, Argentina, Chile, Brazil, Sweden, and France. Its name means extraordinarily impressive, as is their average attendance of 107,776 people. Todd gets the point.
Circle gets the square.
Circle gets the square.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, Shadow, Steve.
Did he? What else did he do other than that and host Casey's Top 40?
He did, Casey's Top 40. I think that's. I think he was in radio. I mean, that was his early job, I guess.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. Have to look that one up. Todd, Usain Bolt. How many strides did he take when he set the 100-meter world record, including the final stride that got him to the finish line?
Do I get him? Can make this multiple choice or what? I mean, goodness, 100 meters.
100 meters.
40.
40. Brady, higher or lower than 40?
I think he might get another 2-pointer here. I'm only going higher because I would have guessed 40.
If I get that one right on the dot, then I deserve 2 points.
Yes.
Indeed. So the other finalists averaged 45 strides, but Bolt maintained his average stride length of 2.47 meters, excuse me, at a high frequency, an unstoppable combination for a grand total of 41 strides.
Did you say higher, Brady?
Yes, I did.
Bullshit. I apologize for my cussing.
Bovine excrement.
That is...
I just became the guy I hated, man.
Here's why
Price is Right.
Here's why that hurts more than anything, because I actually used math in my head there when I threw my gullet back, and I don't use math very often, and I did, so I'm disappointed in that one.
Oh, I don't feel good about that one, but I'll take it.
So every point you've either been thousands of numbers off or like that one, Brady. So however you sleep that night. When you lay your head on your pillow tonight.
And cry yourself to sleep.
When your eyes roll back like a doll's eyes and your white roll right heads on your pillow.
Dennis has a question for you, Todd. When can he expect you to start singing in the air tonight? I believe that's in reference to your headwear tonight.
Ah, well, thank you. Well, I can't sing very well, and I definitely can't sing that song. So never, Dennis, never.
All right, Brady.
Yes,
for the win.
I'm in the Bairn.
In the Bairn.
Brady, the Arctic Circle. How many countries have land within it?
Greenland,
This just sounds like a Brady question. Here he's going to name them
Canada?
off.
Greenland, Canada, the United States, Russia, Norway, Sweden, Finland. I don't know. I don't think Iceland is. I probably missed a couple wee ones. I'm going to say 9.
Todd, higher or lower than 9?
I'm going to go slightly higher.
Okay. If you're counting,
I am.
Norway, Sweden, Finland, United States, Canada, which I'm surprised you forgot, Brady, in your.
No, I said Canada.
Did you say Canada?
Yes, I did.
Missed that. You said Greenland, which I should deduct a point for you because Greenland is not a country. Denmark owns Greenland. And Iceland.
7.
8.
8. Pa.
Brady for the win.
You know, I was right, and I thought I forgot one, so I was at 8.
You added.
So
I heard
one.
you do. Yeah.
So Brady.
I not just because I lost badly. I think we need to go back to the rules on this one and think about it. I don't know that this was the Kyle King rule game. Now that I think about it, now that we played it.
Well,
This is the Bernard King rule.
What do you propose?
The pill.
What do you propose? What do you propose, Phil?
I don't know. I almost think that the other person either has to guess and
Nail
get
it.
within a certain range.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that was close enough to where I have no problem with, but some of those that were
like 41.
Yeah, well, like when Brady and I both at opening questions said like 90% and the answer was like 6% or whatever. Like that's yeah.
There should be a you both suck over under with just strike it. We're bringing out the you both suck rule.
Break out the record books tonight. We have a 3-time game winner on the podcast.
Brady Liming.
Have I won 3 in a row?
Yeah.
3 in a row.
That's unheard of.
I don't think I have won since my return.
I don't think so.
Maybe I did the first night. I can't remember.
Well,
But I don't
holy
think
cow,
so.
man. It's like, I don't think I've ever won.
Neither one of us have. Neither one of us.
Yeah.
Usually we just go back and forth.
Yes. Well, how about
Four.
that?
4 and aft.
4.5.
4.5.
All right.
Nice job, Brady.
Wait, I got to play that again. I really do. Where is it? Here it is.
Where is it?
Here it is.
If he had that finger with the skin brazier too close to his nose, he would suck it all up his snout.
Here we go.
Don't need some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy.
How did he not throw it in his eyeball?
Blue.
He was very indiscriminate while bracing his skin.
So, do you think that when he walked around talking, that's the way he always sounded?
Ah.
Maybe that's just method acting. I don't know. Like I said, I had no idea it would be better than what I remembered, but it is.
In hindsight, Zach was pretty spot on.
He was, man.
A little more than.
I'll tell you, gentlemen, I hit the Indian buffet, and I'm feeling it dead in my guts.
The only push-up is a one-armed push-up.
Savannah says we should have puppy shirts with our logo.
Ooh. I do it like that.
whole
Play
dog
by
line?
ear.
A
Play by
canine
the dog
line.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for the good of the order, gentlemen? Gentlemen.
I don't believe so.
I think we're good. I know that my sides are aching and my ribs might have been splitting.
Split. Ribs have been
You split.
Our audio version of the podcast comes out at 3 a.m. on Friday. Anchor.fm is our main platform. However, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and the iHeartRadio app. And most anywhere else you find audio podcasts on video. We are on YouTube on our Play It By Ear podcast channel, Twitch. Search Play It By Ear podcast. Follow our channel there as well if you're a gamer. And also Spotify has video podcasts too, which we have those. We've been doing those since episode 105 maybe. Social media, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagrams. You can find those links at our website, playitbyearpodcast.com. You can interact with us via email, admin@playitbyearpodcast.com. You can leave a voice message. You can click the link at your audio podcast provider. In the iHeartRadio app, it is a microphone that says talk back.
Talk back.
Like a tumbleweed.
Talking back is sexy. Don't you think?
Dennis, it's all in the chocolate suckers. You must go back to them to regain your mojo, Todd.
I think so, Dennis. I have a
ghost of
sack of
Palance.
chocolate.
He says the ghost of Palance is going to come back and get us.
I got this waiting on you next week, Brady.
Oh,
The streak will come to an end next week. All because of the chocolate Tootsie Pop.
That's right.
Tootsie Papa. We better stop, or we're going to be doing this all night.
All right. Join us next week for episode 127 of the Play It By Ear podcast. Someone take us out.
Peace out.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time